All right. 5, 4,
4,
3, 2,
1, sync.
All right. Much like a mid-2000s boy band, we are in sync. Let's roll. That was mid-2000s,
He's
right?
trying to get a social clip.
Yeah.
He's clip
No,
maxing.
not really. I'm just... Shut the fuck...
He is clip maxing.
All you have to do to get under Brittle's skin
I'll
is
leave.
just add maxing to anything you say.
I'll leave.
Oh, he's leave maxing now. Hello and welcome to the Roundabout Podcast. This is episode 44. My name is Austin Suddeth. With me today, I have Michael Levine, Hunter Brittle, Tyler McClellan. Guys, I have a story.
Oh, I'm excited.
Story time. Let's hear it.
As we know, I have a bill of excellent health all the time.
He's just a bill.
I go to the doctor, not for my sake, but for theirs, so they have jobs.
That is very magnanimous of you.
I know.
How benevolent.
And, you know, we got to make sure our healthcare system stays shitty. Where do I begin with it? 7 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Four score.
Yeah, basically 7 years ago.
Four score and 7 years ago, minus the 4 score.
I got married. And
That's where it all went
for our
wrong.
honeymoon, we went to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico. And upon our return, I had a medical issue where all of a sudden, never had this happen to me before, I developed an anal fissure. I think I've talked about this on the podcast. I don't know if I have. I know I've talked about it in the roundabout sphere, but for those who don't know the story or know what an anal fissure is, it's just basically, it's like a cut in your anus. And it can happen for many different reasons. For me, I did not know.
You got
It's
a
just-
butt cut.
Yeah, basically, it's a butt cut. And they call it fissure because it's technically like, it's not like something cut it. It literally, it rips open. It's a fissure.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know what caused it. I was like, did I get a parrot? Like all of a sudden I'm bleeding from my butt and I'm not happy about this. And so I don't know, did I eat something I shouldn't have eaten? Did I get a parasite? And it's a parasite thing. Like why I've never bled from my butt. And so I'm concerned. So I go through this rigmarole. They test for parasites because obviously I just came back from the country. It was like a month after we came back. And doctor does all these tests. And the only thing they tell me is you need to eat more fiber,
With no context?
which I'm like, no, none. They're just like, we think that you just have hard poops and the hardness of your poop is putting extra strain on your anus. So that just start eating more fiber and you should be good. Since 7 years ago and that happened, I have probably had 9 more anal fissures from that time. Thinking, man, I really just must need to eat more fiber. But in the last 2 years, I've had 3, maybe 4. So they're getting more frequent. And my fiber intake is stellar.
As is his cholesterol intake.
Well, yeah, and that's less than
Yeah, he's
stellar.
so healthy, he has the cholesterol of 2 people.
That's correct. I'm stockpiling it for someone else who might need it.
He's just saving it.
It's not bone marrow. You can't donate it.
Why not?
Austin's getting in early on the cholesterol market.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Give
There's
us
a
3
bubble.
more years and that might be a thing.
There's a cholesterol bubble. It's
Yeah.
in Austin's bloodstream.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
supposed to
is
bubble.
it a bubble yet?
It's not a bubble yet. We're trying to avoid the bubble part.
Oh,
How you
man.
get brain clot or blood clots in your brain.
Brain clots in your blood.
Shut
Yep.
up. Shut up. God,
Yep.
y'all are mean tonight. Damn.
I thought it was funny.
Anyways, 3 weeks ago, I had the worst anal fissure of my life. Of these 7 years of anal fissures I have been dealing with, came the worst one. Like, it was right at Easter time. We had just finished doing like Easter egg dyes with Gray for his first time. And the bowl or the water in the toilet looked like I dropped a dye little pellet in the water. It was so red. So I'm like, this isn't good. Like, this is like, I might need emergency services with this. Like, this is a excessive amount of blood. And so I'm tired of hearing I need to eat more fiber. I need to eat more fiber. I need to eat more fiber, because it was like what you want a poop to be. Did not feel it. Finished my bowel movement. Done. And I looked down and there's blood. And I was like, how does this happen? So I try to get a gastroenterologist appointment, which you can't do because you have to have a referral. So I have to go to my primary care physician first. They were fortunate. This happened late on a Friday. I wasn't able to put the appointment until Monday. Wasn't able to be seen till Thursday. So it's almost a full week after this initial rip happens. She's like, do you want me to do an examination? I was like, you know what? I'm here. Why not? Like, please. And like, of course, you take everything from the waist down off and turn over. And I'm an expert now at presenting my butt to doctors because I've done it so many times. That I was already in position, Austin. I was in the position before she asked me to. I already knew where we were going with it. And so she like literally like acts like she's about to like go in to look, and she goes, "Oh, I see it." I was like, well, that's not good, because that's never happened. Not once have I ever had a medical professional just be like, I see it. Like every other time I've had one, if they examined, they had to like do some searching. And she's like, yeah, I'm putting you in for a gastroenterologist appointment immediately. And I was like, thank you. It was still another week by the time I got to this gastroenterologist. So now it's been 2 weeks from the initial tear. The thing is almost healed by now. And I go in, and the first thing, I swear to God, if they say fiber, I'm going to scream. And she goes, so are you intaking fiber? Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am. like
smash
don't
cut
stop.
to outside the fucking building,
Yeah.
and it's just
yeah, basically. And so I'm like, I'm tired of hearing this. It's been I told her, I was like, it's been 7 years since y'all have been telling me this. This was one of the smoothest poops I've had, and it's still ripped. And she goes, well, you could actually eat too much fiber and it could cause this. I was like, what? What are you saying to me? Like, stop right now. What do you mean? Because y'all for 7 years have told me I need more fiber. And now I'm being told, oh, you might be eating too much fiber. Something tells me fiber's not the issue at this point. So I am furious. She's like, do you want me to do an exam? I'm like, I've already paid my copay. Yeah, you're looking at my asshole now. Like you get to look.
You still get
we
to
are
look
figuring this out today.
And so she does the exam, and she's like, oh, well, it's pretty much all the way healed. I was like, yeah, I know. Because it's been 2 weeks since I had it originally. And then so she starts talking to me, and she's like, yeah, so basically there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, in order for us to do anything, you have to have a fissure for 6 to 8 weeks without it healing.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this is a PSA.
That's absurd.
This is not a Austin's medical problems. This is a PSA to people. If you have an anal fissure, they're not going to do jack for you unless you have it for 2 months straight, which is crazy to me.
That's absurd.
Yeah. I told Mike whenever I was kind of clearing the story with him, I left that doctor's office with more questions than I went into. Like I felt less informed than I did going into it, having dealing with this for 7 years. I was like, at no point did y'all ever tell me that. Like, this is the first I'm hearing about it after all of these doctor's visits about it. And all y'all tell me is fiber. And so I was like, is there anything I can do to prevent it? And she goes, no. She's like, yeah, this is just your life. You just deal with these things. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
This is what you get paid by my insurance for?
Right.
That's infuriating.
All I think of is like, imagine going in with like a gash on your leg and they're like, ooh, has that been there for 3 weeks or more?
Basically.
Sorry.
Like, that feels so backwards.
I was like, is there
Feels
not?
like you would want to sort it out right away.
Yeah, is there not a preventative thing? Like, is there a supplement? Do I need more iron in my blood? Don't say fiber. I know it's not fiber.
I was supposed to say, I don't know if you've heard this, Austin, but I'm pretty sure fiber's pretty useful for preventing it.
Yeah. I tried that once.
Oh,
But not too much, because too much might also cause it.
Yeah.
Cut
Well,
out
the
one
two-
apple per day.
She said basically if you have too much fiber, it will make your poops too girthy, and that can cause it. And I'm like, I don't know. There's like, tell me where the magical line is of fiber intake. Just tell me, like I just need you to lay it out for me, because apparently
the girth
That's
of your
the infuriating thing, right? Like, there's obviously a range,
yeah.
and they're just saying more or less. What's the ideal number? Just tell me it. Like,
Give me something to go off of. And so I was like, I was so frustrated after that visit, because she said, basically there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Just make sure she's like, make sure you're eating the appropriate amount of fiber so that your poops are as smooth as possible. And of course and it's funny because she was like, we have to ask this because you don't insert anything. I was like, no, like that's not here. This is a one way only.
look,
She's like, I have to ask. I'm like, I have to ask. I was like, I respect that. I get that.
I
But no.
respect. Yeah, I respect that they have to ask that question.
Right.
Just, no judgment. They just need to know, and more. Yeah.
I should have been like, is there something I can insert to help? Like,
Would it help?
Is it like working it out? Like a muscle? Can I strengthen it somehow?
Tyler, you gonna make a girth joke?
No, it wasn't a joke. I was going to just say that girth of your bowel movements was definitely not on my bingo card for today.
Yeah.
I don't think that was on my bingo card for the year.
For
Dude,
life,
I filled out
actually.
3 other bingo cards I did not have going to this visit. Like, it was wild.
Yeah, but it does seem very backwards. On a complete side note, and this can be off podcast, I would like to know what you're doing to get such good fiber numbers, because that is one thing I've found in my diet that I'm somewhat self-creating that I struggle to keep up. So we'll have to talk about that at some point.
I
have
can
any
give you some pointers.
of the same
Compare notes.
issues.
I
I just
give
know
you some
fiber's
pointers.
good for sustaining meals and making you not feel hungry, especially at breakfast.
He is fiber man.
Not to get into the weeds of it, but split peas. If you use split peas, it's like the highest concentration of fiber with the lowest amount of having to eat something.
Got you. Well,
And then also like overnight oats. Like do overnight oats with like chia seed.
oats and then apples have about been my only attempts so far. So
Yeah. I
Austin
mean,
can give you so many tips. You're gonna have anal fissures.
I can make them
Develop
happen
some
the other
issues.
way.
Maybe,
Yep.
actually, maybe I shouldn't listen to Austin.
But so anyway, so like I'm like frustrated at this whole doctor visit, this whole experience of like, we can't do anything for you. Basically, if you do end up having him for like 6 to 8 weeks, they're like, oh yeah, the only thing we can do is Botox.
Huh?
And it's just like,
Excuse you?
yeah,
How does that work?
What?
Do you have any idea?
No,
how
you know
good
what? I
you're-
don't know if I
Do
want
you
to
have
know.
any idea how good you're going to be at ski jumping?
right?
That's a callback.
So yeah, it is.
Oh, that's joke of the day right there.
Well done, Tyler.
Thank you very much.
We'll give him the joke.
So yeah,
joke,
apparently
ribbon.
it's supposed to help just strengthen it so that it like basically stays closed so that it can heal.
That's crazy.
Like that's the purpose of the Botox. So I'm like, well, and like I'm sitting there thinking about it, it's like I'm not at that level, but that still is only a temporary fix. So like there is no permanent fix to this. And so like I'm thinking this whole time, she's telling me all of this new information of this thing that I've been dealing with for almost a decade of all I've been told is one thing. Like how often does this happen to people? And because she's making it seem like this is no big deal. Like it was the most, like I've never had a doctor have such a nonchalant, like minimizing tone about something than this doctor gave to me in this visit.
Yeah, I mean, when you were running this by me, didn't you say something to the effect of like that they told you that this is one of like the most common things for men or something like that?
It is more common than you think. I went and looked up the stats on this because I was like, okay, if this is truly as common as you're making it out to be, there's got to be some like medical research or something. There is a website, and I didn't write it down, but it's a website that charts the trends of different medical diagnoses. And it was funny because I wasn't even trying to look for that. I was just trying to look for information on anal fissures. And it was one of the first things. And it's talking about how like there is a increased diagnosis of this in the past like 15 years. And so it's like, okay, why is like you're telling me that this is so common that there is an exploding trend of this, but yet we don't know what to do to keep it from happening?
Can we be careful with the word exploding?
Oh yeah,
around this topic?
That's a rough word situationally.
No, it is an explosive experience for sure.
I feel pretty confident, and I'm not gonna vet this just to be clear, that there's probably a subreddit out there where people will upload pictures. Like, what do you think?
There's a subreddit for everything, so yeah, I'm not
Exactly, that's my point.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Doc said I'd have to wait another 4 weeks. Can you guys tell me what you think?
Yeah, exactly.
So there was
click to download attachment.
There was 2 things that came up that blew my mind about this subject. Number 1, that they say that there is a confirmed 9% of people in America deal with it, but they estimate that it's roughly around 20% because of what it is, that it is so underreported. So 1 in 5 people deal with it. A lot that I did see another report that it did get more to like the 15 to 20% because they were talking about how it was more of a not underreported, but a lot of them will have to have like a reoccurring experiences for them to count it as a diagnosis as opposed to a one-off.
Oh,
so they said like 15 to 20% people will probably at least have it once.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. But about 9% have reoccurring, that one research group reported. And so it's like, so I'm sitting there thinking, right, 20%, 1 in 5 people. I am our 1/5 person of Roundabout that has to deal with this shit.
Well, it's true. It's true. You're the one who took the bullet for us.
Statistically speaking,
well, if we add one other person to Roundabout, they are screwed.
Right. Well, no, we need to add 5 more and just see if one other person has it, and then we'll have our own polling group.
Would you two then be butt buddies?
Absolutely. I'll be butt buddies with someone.
Nice.
So that
is unfortunate.
That was one of the stats that just blew my mind. But yeah, it just was like there was so much around this that was just like, so you're telling me this is like way more common than my doctor even decided to tell me. Was just so nonchalant. I was like, oh yeah, it happens. But yeah, all the same things that like doing the research on it, very much it's you have to have like 6 to 8 weeks of this at one time, or it has to happen like once every month. And I'm like on one hand, I feel sorry for those people because I'm not there. But on the other hand, it happens more than I really would like it to. You know, none at all would be great. And there's nothing I can do for that.
Yeah, you're in a weird like no man's land of like it's happening and happening regularly enough to be an annoyance, but not often enough to be medically a problem.
Right.
And so they just won't do anything.
The other thing that was wild to me, the one other stat that I did find was that it said that this people who deal with it, if it happens before the age of 40, you're pretty much going to have to deal with it the rest of your life.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it pretty much a guarantee that it's going to continue?
I am under the age of 40.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, if like one study said that like if you're after the age of 40, it could just be like a once occurrence. But if it happens where it's not like, like the doctor was asking, like an insertion, like something making it like a outside to inside damage versus just you go to have a bowel movement and that causes it. Like the people who just it naturally happens to, if it happens to you before 40, you will have it reoccurring. Like they're like, we don't know why, but that is just what the stats show. And I'm like, I hate this for my life. That means till the day I die, I have to deal with this.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I think you should try the Botox and let us know how it works.
I don't qualify.
And then find a
I
ski
don't
jump.
qualify for it.
Hey, you know what? I bet the guys doing the ski jumps don't qualify either, but they figure it out.
Yeah, they probably figured out how to do it themselves, and I'm not that adventurous. I don't have that many mirrors.
I don't know some of the stories you've told
Do
us.
you think you
might
could
be.
go back to the hospital like tomorrow and hopefully get a different nurse and just say, "Oh, it's actually been like 8 weeks." They wouldn't know, right?
No, I don't want to do
They
that.
make notes, Tyler.
I was going to say, yeah, they make notes
It's
in a
a
chart.
central
that it
noting
follows.
Like, oh,
system.
that girl must have put it in wrong.
That they don't just write it on a piece of paper anymore. Like
Well,
there's,
yeah. Have you ever made a typo? I have.
you know who they're going to believe? Their typo.
My medical
Well, go to a
professionals
different
better not be
hospital.
making typos. I swear to God.
I would have to go to another state. I'm not doing that.
I get it.
So yeah,
Guess you're just going to be fissured up then.
to add to my 2026
Fissured up.
is not my year bingo card. Yeah, we are continuing the trend of I really want it to be next year already.
This is certainly
Well,
one of the years of all time for you, isn't it?
It is not great.
Well, and that's why I said what I did when you said you had another story for us, a medical one, and just for context, valued listeners, he did not. This was dropped on us very fully here. No, we had no context on this, but Austin said I have another medical story, and I said, well, as your friend, I feel like you have had far too many of those this year already.
The only good thing that came out of this visit and this time around is that it has happened so frequently and they have it documented that they will let me actually get the prescribed ointment for it because it's nitroglycerin is what you
Mhm.
use. It's a nitroglycerin ointment and you can only get it by prescription. And
So
every
we're back
other
to
time,
exploding.
yeah, we're back to exploding. But it's you can only get it with the prescription, and they would only do it if I was going to see the gastroenterologist. I have gone so much that they're like, yeah, you can now just send us a message in my chart and we will order it for you if you run out. I was like, thank you.
Congratulations, you now qualify.
Is it supposed to have the same effect as like the Botox, just strengthen the area enough to where it doesn't
It's supposed
continue
to
to
just be
tear
with
back open, I suppose?
the healing process.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
It helps. I don't know. I think it just makes cuts heal faster.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other things that I look like. A lot of people say like you can just use like a hemorrhoid cream, and it has pretty much the same purpose of helping with pain and then helping with the healing. But
Yeah.
you don't want to use that as often as you would for this because it is an open cut. So it's like you could use it for the pain, but don't use it that much. Like she actually said, I'm not telling you not to use it because I understand it and it makes sense. But she's like, if you use it too much, it can actually weaken it even more. And I was like, well, that's great.
Yeah. And it's probably more for irritation and pain than actually healing it.
Yeah. I will say, and this is the last thing, and we can get off my ass.
Get off your ass.
Get off
Austin.
my ass.
We can get off my ass. The reason why it bled as bad as it did is because the fissure opened on a hemorrhoid.
Oh,
Even
Yikes.
better.
So that was the reason for the excess amount of blood, which I was like, you know what? You could have not told me that. Like that, you could have left that out. And
you also could have left that part out for our sake. But
well, no.
that's
Misery
the
loves
kind of shit
company.
that has you wiggling in your seat at work all day. Like just
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
it
get
does
comfortable.
for a week and a half. It's terrible. This last
Yeah.
one it was so painful. I was scared to toot. Like a toot hurt. And so
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
it was rough.
Ugh. Well, yeah, I don't even
So-
know what to say. That sucks.
That is
Whoever is in charge of karma, I think I'm in the red and I need a win. Like I need to hit the lottery or something.
sorry, man.
soon.
You're in your character development arc.
No, I don't need to develop any more character. That's
Yep,
not.
clearly.
We're not.
Clearly, you need character.
That was done in my 20s. I'm mid 30s. We're done.
Well, if anything, the anal fissure hemorrhoid wombo combo will definitely build some character. I don't know what kind of character, but it's going to build some.
Depression,
Yeah, maybe.
probably.
Bad thoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna become a lot more cynical towards the world.
Do you think pizza
Yeah,
would make
yeah.
it better?
Oh,
No,
pizza makes a lot better.
Yeah, but
like
How much fiber is in pizza?
anal
Not a
fissures.
lot.
I don't know that it would.
not a
A
ton.
lot of fat in pizza.
lot of fat.
Cheese.
We already talked about my cholesterol. We don't need to ruin my cholesterol. Hey, actually, you know what? If my heart gives out, then I don't have to worry about the fissures anymore.
Right. See,
Alston's
that's the problem. You just
cholesterol
need
got
to
a
make
+1.
you just need to make bigger problems.
Yeah,
That's
death.
like
Death is
my
my
uncle's
solution.
old,
Death is my
my
out.
uncle's old mentality too. If you hurt something, if you complained about your arm hurting, he'd kick you in the leg and say, "You're not thinking about your arm anymore, are you?"
Right?
Yeah.
That's Austin's health approach.
When you're having to have a bypass, you're not gonna be thinking about your anal fissures.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
That open heart surgery will take your mind off your asshole real quick.
It's like the beginning of major pain where the guy, I can't feel my legs. You want me to teach you a trick to take your mind off? And he breaks his fingers. He's like, you're not thinking about him anymore, are you?
God, what a movie, man.
Well, speaking of pizza, it's been a while since we've given an update. For those
Yeah,
that don't
yeah.
know or don't remember, we have been tracking since January 1st how many slices of pizza each of us have had throughout the year, because the national average is 47. And as of the 13th of this month, we officially have somebody over the national average already.
Wow.
It never stood a
Proud
chance.
of you.
It never stood a chance.
Well, when you're eating 2 whole pizzas in one day, like he was doing, that's how that works.
I think-
Seriously, he had another big jump of he jumped another 6 in a single day to pass the record.
now that one was true. I did eat 6 slices in a single day. I was
Wait, so you're
enjoy-
implying another one was a lie?
yes.
We
Yeah,
caught
we
him.
talked about it.
No,
he
we
had
talked
2
about
pizzas
this,
and
Tyler.
waited until
Yeah.
he finished them to update the numbers instead of
I think
going.
he's just fudging the numbers.
Oh, you think my entire number is just wrong?
Yeah.
You doubt
He's
my
just lying
integrity,
about it.
Tyler?
You think it's higher
No,
or
I don't,
lower?
Unfortunately.
You're talking a lot of shit for somebody who's
He
sitting
didn't want
in
to
fourth.
admit that he ate 2 entire pizzas in one sitting.
You're not even on the podium.
No, I actually, dude,
I
I
wanna
haven't.
hear
I'd say
from you.
he did only put in 1 additional pizza on the 23rd. I might be with you, Tyler. I might be on your side here. I think he might be fudging his numbers down so he's not so embarrassed about how much
If
he's eating.
anything,
I assure
I'm
you, I have not
somewhat
fudged my numbers.
disappointed with my numbers because I talked a big game when we originally talked about this.
So for those listening to the audio podcast, let me give a quick update of where the numbers stand, because they're, if you want to see, I've put the chart of our ingestion of slices in the video podcast. But for those listening, Austin, this is as of April 26th. Austin is at 23. I am at 40. Shane is at 22, which he hasn't had an update in a while. I'm wondering if he forgot, because that feels
Dude,
like
looking at this bar, Shane and Melinda forgot 100%.
No, I don't think Melinda eats a lot of pizza. I really don't think she eats a lot of pizza. Shane is a fresh out of college-ish dude living by himself. I feel like he's eating pizza. Melinda, I believe, could just forget. But Shane's sitting at 22, at least until he remembers that we're doing this. Hunter's at 51. So he is officially over the national average already, and we're only 4 months into the year. Tyler's at 24, Nick is at 44, and Melinda is at 11.
Nick and I are in a drag race.
You know why I think Melinda forgot? Because she's at 11, not 12. That means she had almost 2 full pizzas and then stopped at a slice and didn't eat it and then just hadn't had pizza since. Something tells me She had 2 pizzas and then forgot.
See, the thing is, though,
Updated
No,
it to
she
11
could've-
and forgot.
She could have thrown out a slice.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens around my house. Not with pizzas I eat, but my wife and kids will leave their slices for a week, and I finally just throw them away.
In the 34 years of my life, I've never had to throw out pizza.
Oh, I do it.
Yeah,
I do it almost
I-
every time we
I-
order pizza.
yeah, there's usually 1 or 2 left in the box. That's not uncommon for me, for our household. So, but I also don't feel like Melinda's the type to forget.
Leftover pizza is the most dangerous prey, or the prey that's in the most danger around me.
No, that's understandable. I've not had any pizza since the 22nd of February. I believe that's what that is.
March.
Or no,
but
it's-
close to
I
March.
think you're fudging your
numbers.
Yeah. No, I'm not actually. I told y'all a little while back. I got into a health kick middle of March, and that has kind of done it. I did have 2 or 3 slices when we went to Darlington because we ate at a pizza place on the way home from Darlington, but other than that, I have not. I've been trying to watch everything I eat, and it's definitely going to tank my numbers. I'm a bit disappointed
kinda
in
there
my
too.
numbers, though.
I'm kind of there too, just with all of my recent doctor's visits and them telling me if I do anything wrong anymore, I'm going to die. I'm kind of paying attention to that.
Well, you're doing business research on the Double Dog. We can't fault you for that.
No, but the doctor can.
The doctor sure can. I am curious. I'm doing my best to control that it is still it's less than 2 months now that they want to recheck my cholesterol. I really want to know how much it's gone down because of not eating Double Dogs all the time.
Personally, I think this whole thing was a Triforce Pizza psyop that was planted into Michael's head during the last Extra Life event via their sponsorship so that they could get more pizza exposure out of us. Because
Was I the one that
know
stumbled
for
on the national
sure-
average? I thought Shane stumbled on the national average.
No, it was
Shane
during
was
a
the one that did
podcast because we were looking at
Yeah, it was during a-
pizza.com.
Yeah, and it was Shane that was looking at pizza.com.
We were all looking at pizza.com.
Well, yes, but he was the one who Googled it.
Yeah. Shane is our Googler.
Yeah. He was streaming his screen, and we were looking at pizza.com, where they said that the national average was 47. And I thought that seemed absurdly low. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big supporter of our friends over at Triforce Pizza, and, we'll support those guys forever. But I don't think, if this has moved the needle on their business, I'm all about it. I don't think we have that many listeners in the Tyler area where this is moving the needle on their Domino's franchises.
I was also thinking that's like, I don't think it was a really effective psyop since I'm the only one in the area of this podcast that could contribute to them.
Melinda.
You don't know where our listeners are at.
How many of your pizzas have been Triforce pizzas? Do you have any idea?
Well, the thing is even that Triforce Pizza isn't my Domino's. I would have to go out of my way to get it.
That sounds
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say I don't know which Domino's franchises there in East Texas they own. I know they have a handful.
Worth it to promote the sponsors.
Well, if you're in East Texas and listening to this, go eat all the Domino's just so you can make sure you hit a Triforce one.
Absolutely. We love our friends at Triforce.
Not sponsored.
This pizza counter is brought to you by Triforce Pizza.
Just Jersey sponsored.
Yeah, they Jersey sponsored, and I at this point I would say they're not even sponsors. They're friends of the pod.
Yeah, that
Sure.
works. Even better.
Big friends of the program.
Great people too.
Well, boys, you know what goes good with pizza?
Beer.
Beer. And I have found something on Reddit.
Oh God.
Now, a lot of stupid things can be found on Reddit. Some good things can be found on Reddit. I think I've found one of those good things. So
Well,
this
beer
person,
was discovered before Reddit.
it's true, but this is not the discovery of beer.
Okay.
I don't know who did that. This person has solved NBA tanking, and I think they've solved all professional sports tanking. Dynamic beer pricing. This individual's idea is based on the idea that the NBA should mandate all beers at $10 mandate all teams sell their beers at $10 a piece to start the year. I'm having a a hell of a night.
Do you want to take this from the top?
Nope.
I'll count you in.
I don't. We'll do it live.
We're here.
Yep.
We're
All right. So
committed.
all the teams start their beer pricing at $10 a pop to start the year. Teams can increase prices by 35 cents per win and must decrease them by 20 cents per loss. At time of posting, this was a couple weeks ago, the Thunder, this was still during the regular season for the NBA, the Thunder would have beer costs at a max of $22.70 a pop, and the Washington Wizards would be at negative 10 cents. They would be paying their fans to drink the beer.
That's incredible.
I'm all of a sudden a Wizards fan.
Every time your team wins, beer prices go up. Every time they lose, beer prices go down.
It probably fixed bandwagons too.
It would fix bandwagons. It would fix tanking, because you can't possibly expect teams to want to do poorly with beer prices like that.
Do you honestly think the players care?
I don't think
enough
it's not the players making the decision to tank or not tank, though. That's at the GM level,
Right.
Mhm.
you know, because it's tanking for a draft pick, and the players don't care about the draft picks. So it's the coaches and the front office deciding we're going to bench star players so that we lose, so that we
You can get a better draft pick.
get better. Yeah. The lottery is supposed to protect against that, but it obviously doesn't.
Yep, the lottery doesn't do anything. The lottery is the biggest lie in sports.
I don't know if it's the biggest, but yeah.
It's the biggest lie in sports.
Okay, fair
It's
enough.
literally called lottery. Nothing about lottery ever is what you want it to be.
Right?
I'm not saying it's not a lie. I'm just saying I don't know if it's the biggest one.
It's the biggest lie in sports. Name a bigger lie in sports.
Botox in the penis.
That's not a lie.
I don't think it's a lie.
It was never
Completely factual.
confirmed.
Yeah, but it's factual.
Yeah, it wasn't it? I mean,
No.
weren't we were reading
was
like
all
people have been caught,
speculated.
didn't we?
It was,
It was all
speculated.
speculation. All of it was speculated. None of it was proven.
Oh, here I thought we were reporting actual news.
No.
Us?
There's no news here.
What podcast
Thinking we
do you
were
think
a
this
reputable
is?
Yeah.
source of
We
information.
just spent a half an hour talking about Austin's ass.
I didn't say we were timely, but I thought we at least pulled good sources.
No.
I still think Austin should try ski jumping once he gets his asshole Botoxed.
In Texas?
What do you think? Yeah, I was in Texas.
Well, you can find a place.
In almost summer.
You know, we could measure this. Go skydiving before you get the Botox
Oh, there you go.
and measure what your falling speed is.
Mhm.
Then go skydiving after the Botox and see if you've increased your surface area and therefore increased your drag.
There's entirely too
A
many
what?
Did your
variables.
terminal
Have an
velocity
ass-
increase or
have an
decrease?
asshole like a parachute.
Wait a minute. What?
Entirely too
what
many
do you
variables for it.
think my a-hole is gonna do after this? It's not gonna be huge.
I don't know, man. You might be able to get another centimeter of skin tight suit put on.
You go in like jeans.
Well, I'm saying we need to put you in the same suits as the Olympians.
Michael, I'm sure you've still got wind tunnel connections. Connections with people
I
with
probably
wind
do
tunnels.
actually. Yeah, yeah. I could probably
Put him in a wind tunnel.
It costs a ton of money. If we can raise, I don't know. Oh, we probably don't even need an hour. If we can, we need probably 2 sessions unless you're going to get the Botox at the wind tunnel.
Give us 60 seconds. We'll figure it out.
It'd be a few $1,000s for an hour at Windshear.
I'm
Their
telling you,
cure
the day
time
these
to get
Olympic
Botox?
teams start measuring sphincter surface area is the day that you will see
Right.
some people that are untouchable.
Well, my beer talk got derailed completely.
Yep. Right back to Austin's butthole.
Right? We went right back to Austin.
There's
It
a
all
lot of
goes
gravity
back.
to it.
Can we not? It does not all go
Yes.
back to Austin's butthole. We
Yes.
do not need to make that a stigma.
Well, and from what we learned from one of our very early episodes, what leads back to Austin's butthole eventually leads to his beard.
Yuck.
That is true.
That's-
Maybe the
no.
Botox would help me avoid that.
I need
I
an
think
adult.
also just paying attention when you wipe your ass would be a good start too. But if Botox solves your issue, then go for it.
You would think.
Botox solves personal image issues all the time. Well, let's say puts a Band-Aid on them.
Yeah, until it makes it worse. So is there more to the beer story, Brittle?
No, it's just that is the proposal, is that beer prices per team are based on their win-loss
I
record.
think that's actually.
And I think there is there's like I think there's something to that.
I agree. I mean, I like this. This is 2 weeks in a row. I feel like we've brought forward solutions to sports problems. I feel like we could be a sports solutions podcast.
See, when you first said dynamic pricing, I was thinking not like for the whole game, but like as the game is going on, the price is changing in real time. Like either, the team is whoever is in the lead, like if it's a home team, if they're winning, beer prices are going down because it's like rewarding, like, hey, yeah, our team's winning. But if they're losing, like the prices go up.
That also works.
There's
That's
a bubble.
what I thought you meant by dynamic.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, it's like stocks. It's like day trading stocks. Everyone's just like waiting to buy beer. They're like at the counter and they're like looking at the game. And it's like as soon as the points scored, they're like beer.
Michelob is trending.
Well, yeah,
down.
I was about to say. Then you start
sell.
when fans go to a game that they expect to lose, they just buy all their beer in the first period, first quarter, or whatever. They just buy like 12 at a time just to be stocked up for when they inevitably go down by 4 goals or whatever it is.
They stock up pre-game because that's going to be the best pricing they get.
It really would turn into the beer stock market.
I'd be going to Hornets games for the last few years. Oh no, this year it seems like they're pretty good, but there was a number of years that Dano and I would go to a basketball game and we'd get there and it'd be like, all right, let's see how quickly they start deteriorating. I don't know a lot about basketball, unfortunately. I say unfortunately. It's just not a sport.
It's the one sport
same. It's not a sport I'm into, really.
It's not this.
This could go for anything, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I found this on an NBA subreddit, but it could work for the NHL, who has the lottery system as well. Like,
it could go. It really could go for any sport that has tanking. It'd be MLB. Even the NFL to an extent.
Right?
There's plenty of teams in the NFL that pull a shoot on a season so that they can start getting better picks for the next year.
Wouldn't that almost happen naturally? I know there's always anomalies, but generally speaking, a team that's performing worse is going to have less fans, and therefore you may see lower prices at stadiums to entice people to come there. Doesn't that almost happen naturally? Obviously, I know what you're talking about is would be specifically designed to avoid a certain problem, but does that happen? That's actually a good question. If attendance is down at a stadium, do their food and drink prices also drop? Or do they generally go up to try to make more revenue based on the people that are there?
It's not something I've ever seen happen, but the only thing I've gone to with enough regularity to have seen it happen was Charlotte FC.
Yeah.
And they've always been middle to upper end of the table. So I've not seen, I think even some of our worst games, there's still over 50% over 50% typical attendance. So I don't, that's the only thing I've gone to with any sort of regularity. And I don't think their prices really ever fluctuate.
Yeah, that's fair. I do, for example, the year after the Braves won the World Series, their ticket prices skyrocketed for that next season, but I don't specifically remember the food prices being significantly
I know the food prices change year over year. I think what Brittle's talking about is what game over game.
Yes.
Right?
Game over game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It would change team goes on a 5-game win streak. Everybody's going to buy beer.
And then Austin is talking about point by point.
I want it to look like a day trader.
You want concessions by FanDuel.
Yeah. Just as the game progresses, everyone's checking beer prices.
I'm not buying the concessions themselves. I'm buying futures on concessions.
In a blowout, you would have guys in the stands selling their 20 beers they bought at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. I want it to be the day trade of the sports world, but the currency is beer.
You would turn sporting events into free markets.
Yeah.
Like black market beer.
I love this country.
Have guys set up stalls and bathroom stalls.
The free market cannot be stopped.
I do want to
is
say this
inevitable.
is the second podcast that I've talked about FanDuel. FanDuel is not a sponsor, so I should
Not yet.
not yet.
They
Probably
do
won't
sponsor
be.
a lot.
I mean, I would happily take their money.
Would love to
Absolutely.
have FanDuel on board since I can't use their sports book thanks to the Seminole tribe. Thank you, Florida.
We can in North Carolina, we can do the sports betting, but we can't do any other online betting, like standard gambling online, but we can do online sports betting. That's a fairly new thing in North Carolina.
Yeah, the last couple of years, I think.
When that happened, obviously all the big companies did the, sign up, we'll give you X amount in free bets and stuff like that. And so I did sign up for a lot of the accounts. One of them, I had a $25 bet. I put it on a crazy hockey parlay, got $450 out of it, out of the $25 free bet. So basically 0 to 450, cashed out all that money and never opened the app again. That's my way of sports
Absolutely.
betting.
That's the way
That's
you're
the way to
supposed
do
to.
it.
I'm
You went out on top.
100%.
That's not how you're supposed to. You're supposed to blow it all through even more ridiculous parlays. Tyler, you're playing with house money.
Yeah, you're supposed to go into crippling debt.
Man had a 2,500% increase on his money and said, I'm out.
Yep.
That's the only way you win. Otherwise, the house is always going to win.
Exactly. That's what they want you to do, Brittle. They want you to keep playing with that money and then eventually be like, I'm close. Let me add a little bit more. And then, boom, gambling addiction.
No.
Boom, he says.
I did have some of the boys from work over a couple nights ago to watch hockey, and all it was just looked like a stock floor with us cooking parlays and shit. I cooked up this 4-leg parlay on the Oilers game, and we were one Connor McDavid shot away from $175 payout. All three of us were in on it, and it was beautiful. And they took it away from us at the last second. I'm still mad about it. I will be avenged.
And that's why I don't sports bet.
I will be avenged.
Well, the best part about this one that I hit was one of the pre-made FanDuel or Draft Pick, whatever app it was, like a pre-made parlay that are meant for you to not hit. And it had stupid odds. It was the luckiest thing that could have happened. And when it happened, I was like, yep, that's enough for me. I'm good. And I stopped right then.
I am so out of the loop on all of this. You keep saying parlay, and just in my mind, parlay is playing.
Well, we'll give you a little crash course. Parlay is essentially a bunch of different predictions all in one, and they all have to hit for you to get the payout. So you might say X player is going to score a goal. This other player is going to make X amount of passes. This team is going to win. It can be it can be a single game. It can be across a bunch of different games. Heck, it can be across different sports. Some of them will be this basketball team's going to win, this baseball team's going to win, this hockey team's going to win, and this football team's going to win. And obviously that wouldn't work out because those people aren't all playing at the same time, but you get what I'm getting at. Multiple different predictions that all have to hit for you to get the payout. But when you do them in a group like that, the odds go down significantly. So a lot of times parlays can pay out a lot more.
Okay, and I'm going to let you know a parlay means a ceasefire where you come and you talk to each other and no one's going to shoot each other. That's what parlay to me means.
Well, I mean, you're
Noted
I think
pirate
we're both
Austin.
right. Just parlays in different contexts.
Me and my wife have been watching One Piece, and we are on episode 486. So we're almost halfway.
What the hell?
Almost.
Almost. Not quite, but we're almost there.
Maybe you'll finish it by the time Gray graduates.
Is it
Maybe.
1,000 episodes on the nose?
It's over.
Quite
It's over.
literally,
It's
yes.
still being produced.
Fair enough.
That one is notoriously long-winded.
Well, if you want another TV show that has 1 million plus episodes, just watch The Young and the Restless.
Is that the soap opera?
Yeah. They're still making those things.
I did not expect
General
unexpected
Hospital.
soap opera on
I mean,
the Roundabout podcast.
And if I'm not mistaken, they release an episode every day.
What?
I think it's every day.
I
Let me
No.
look this
A
up.
lot of soaps
Yeah.
used to. I don't know if they still do, but yeah, a lot of soaps used to have new episodes every day. Think about the production schedule that is. I mean, that is crazy work.
Wake up!
Right.
You're up at 3.
But there's people who have made entire careers just on General Hospital or any of those soaps.
Yeah. One Piece is on episode 1159 right now.
I thought they just finished like chapter 1, didn't they? Or was that?
That's the live action.
Oh.
I'm talking about the anime.
No, I thought the anime was supposed to be like chapter 1 or something. Like
No. The where it is in the manga is like chapter 30 something.
okay, maybe it was a meme that I saw.
So, just a few stats for you here. Young and the Restless does release episodes every weekday, so 5 days a week. They started in 1973. They are still releasing daily episodes, and I'm trying to find out a total. They have released over 13,000 episodes.
That's insane.
It's insane. How many stories are just getting repeated at this point?
seriously.
Right.
Now, I do know, like, obviously...
That's the thing. With it running that long, people don't remember.
Well, that...
You can cycle back through storylines. They won't know.
It's literally... From what I've heard, like, there are some people... The reason I know a lot of this is because a lady that I used to work with, the owner's wife, she worked in the office, and she had it on her TV, like, all the time. And so... From what she says, there are people that started acting in this show at like 12, 13 years old as kids. And now they're like full-blown adults and main characters in the show. So like, it's actually like families that have progressed. Like it's all still telling the same story of the same families and all this, but it's just people that have been actors on this show forever, which is insane to think about.
General Hospital has 15,766 episodes.
God, that's even more than Young and the Restless.
When this got updated. It is still in production and has been running since April 1st of 1963.
My God.
Aw.
So Guiding
That's
Light,
crazy to think about.
Guiding Light holds the record for longest running soap opera, spanning 72 years from 1937 to 2009. It aired over 18,000 episodes on TV alone.
Oh, interesting. I have a different number. Guiding Light has been running since 1952.
Oh,
and stopped in 2009. So I'd be curious. We're having conflicting information.
Yeah. I've got 11 longest running daytime soap operas. And speaking of, have any of you ever like watched them?
No.
So
That's why all of this is like extra crazy to me. Like I've never seen a single episode of any of this, and you're telling me it's thousands upon thousands of episodes.
Well, that's the thing. So I've never like actually like sat down and tried to watch it, but my mom used to watch them a ton. And from what I remember, and for the little bit I saw when working at the car lot with Lisa having them on her TV all the time, they're awful. They're so bad. The worst acting, the worst storylines. Like, it's just like, I feel like Roundabout could make a better. Oh my God, can we make a soap opera?
Show with 15,000 episodes doesn't have good storylines. In other news,
Like,
water
but like,
wet.
it's just like the most melodramatic stuff you've ever seen. But nonetheless, okay, yeah. So I'm seeing more sources that say you're right, Michael. Guiding Light is 52. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Like many of the oldest soaps, Guiding Light began in 1937 as a radio program. That's even worse.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's worse.
Maybe that's why they're acting so shit, because they're used to being on the radio.
Radio plays are way better.
right.
Think about it from a production standpoint. You just have to record voices. You don't have to have sets and cameras and video editors. And like, that's the crazy thing, that they're able to pump out that many episodes. Think about how cheap it must be to make these. Like,
Yeah. We make this podcast for free.
Real.
well, yeah, but when we make it once a week, not daily.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my mom. There was one my mom watched. Maybe it was Guiding Light that I'm thinking of that she used to watch some. But I know she watched Young and the Restless. But yeah, and then As the World Turns is the other longest running one from 1956. That one's, and then it's General Hospital. So Guiding Light, As the World Turns, and General Hospital. But yeah, that's insane, dude. Like, there's just hundreds of thousands of soap opera episodes out there.
So do they have seasons? Or
Yes, General Hospital is on its 62nd season.
okay, and so I guess they introduce new characters each season then.
Days of Our Lives is on season 60. Coronation Street is on season 60.
I have
Young
to
and the
wonder.
Restless is on season 51. No, I don't think. I mean, they might add a few here or there, but like Tyler said, there are people who have literally spent their entire career and are still on the same soap that they started on.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wonder, like, you asked the question, like, has anyone watched this? I want to know if people are actually watching this, or if this is just one of those things that it's like it's on a TV during the day as background noise. It's so much that no one is actually watching this. It's just something to have on the television.
The Young and the Restless is the original lo-fi beats to study to.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it is that it's like background music. Cause like I'm this way for my entire adult career. No matter what job I have done, I have always had music playing. Like, it just, music plays around me 12 hours a day. I have to have some kind of background music. It's different because I hand select all my music I'm listening to. So it's not like I'm just listening to whatever, but I feel like I could get to that point. So I'm really wondering if these people who have made like General Hospital for so long, if reality 75% of what they see as viewers aren't actually watching the show, and it is purely just on a TV somewhere just to have something on.
So
I think that could be said for a lot of shows though. Like, and unless you're one of the high impact shows like, Game of Thrones or Lost or something like that, right? The like truly appointment television. I think a lot of them, like, they don't know, like Nielsen numbers and all that. They don't know the like intent behind somebody watching or not watching. All they can do is the TV there, and quite frankly, they don't care.
So
Numbers, because the only thing these numbers are used for is to sell to advertisers, and the better the number, the more money they get.
Yeah.
I did find ratings for General Hospital on ABC. It is pulling in a combined. Sorry, not a combined. They have overlapping age brackets, but they're doing roughly a 0.25, which for reference, like. The NFL gets like a point or 4 point. No, sorry. The NFL gets like a 7.3 for a lot of their like big games. I think Daytona usually does like a 2.3. So they're, it's on the smaller end, but obviously it's enough to.
Well, but listen to this.
Keep going.
Apparently, and now what this means by regularly, I don't know, but it says apparently Young and the Restless regularly crosses the 3 million viewer threshold. That's insane.
In what
for
time
a show
span?
that's been on for 60 years. I don't know if it's quite that long, but a long time. But it was funny that you said the Nielsen numbers when you said it, because I was reading this and it was like why they survive. And it says evolved viewing. Networks care less about when people watch. And then in parentheses, it says Nielsen numbers. You said it as I was reading the word Nielsen. It was really strange timing, so good on you there. But what it's getting at there is that they don't care when they watch as much as they do that they watch, whether it's via streaming or DVR or any of it. So apparently they're watching. Apparently people watch soap operas, and that is something that's been consistent throughout, is that soap opera fans are insanely loyal. These people still watch these shows. I wouldn't be surprised if my mom still watched them. Lisa, the lady I was talking about that I worked with, she's been watching them since she was like 15 years old. So I think for a lot of people, it's just a habit thing still. Like they've always watched it, so they still watch it.
I will say, I think it's pretty telling, this site that I'm looking at their ratings on. They only show for age brackets or for buckets, women 18 to 49 and women 25 to 54.
Well, yeah.
There's no data on men. Yeah. Young and Restless is actually doing almost double the numbers of General Hospital on CBS, especially in the women 25 to 54 bucket. They're doing like a 0.43 just about every day.
I'm surprised there's not a bucket that's higher than that. Women like, whatever the high number of that one was plus. Because I feel like
we doing this podcast, we will never reach those numbers. Everyone, we want to feel small.
We have to inform the people, Austin.
We're coming for you, Young and the Restless.
I would be shocked if we have one female. Nope, sorry, Melinda listens. I'll be shocked if we have 2 female listeners.
If you watch a soap opera, Comment down in the comments why you like it so much.
Lord knows we can't
Please.
get our own wives to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
I will
That's the
say
truth.
my wife saw the
I don't even listen to my own podcast.
we can't even get Brittle to listen to it. One of our cast members doesn't.
I
even
thought he
listen.
was going to say we can't even get Brittle a wife.
Yeah, that too. No,
Well, that's on
my
him.
wife came across the social clip about her being able to get away with a crime,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and she thought it was hilarious.
That's funny.
Why is it might just be my algorithm alerting me that stuff is going on. Is it true that the most interacted clip we have is me saying I don't remember what you said?
That did very well. Yeah, I think the crime one has outpaced it though.
Has it? Okay. I
Everyone
was
loves
getting
crime.
so much. I'm like, why is it that so many people are interacting with this? This was not an insane clip to me. We have so much better clips than me just saying, I don't remember. But apparently everyone loved that. And I was like, this is blowing my mind.
Yeah, I mean on Facebook the one of you not knowing what I said is leading in the total views.
I'm saying it's wild.
Not by much. It's only by 20. And it's been out for a number more days than the
The other.
crime one. Yeah, analytics. We can see them.
The Young and Restless uses them. Why shouldn't we?
Right.
Well, just like all things, except for General Hospital and Young and the Restless, this podcast has to end. Those will never die,
No.
but this podcast needs to tonight at least.
Death,
Not
taxes,
forever.
and General Hospital.
This episode needs to die.
This episode needs to die.
Real.
Well, kill it, Austin. Come on.
It's
I
dead.
was gonna say that's it. It's just dead.
Pitter,
See, we
patter,
killed
Austin.
it.
Gray. No, Gray was going. Gray was going to
Oh.
bed, and I was saying goodnight to him. They did- Bad timing, yes, but no. Son was going to bed, so I was saying
That
goodnight.
was hilarious timing.
That was great timing, actually.
This has to be in the pod. I don't care.
Yeah, I won't cut
You're
that.
not allowed to cut that dead air out.
Okay,
Not that
whatever.
we do that ever.
Yeah, all the time.
I cut it out of the middle of Austin's sentences. I'll cut like 6 seconds out of the middle of Austin's sentence.
Yeah, that's fair. If you would like to interact with us once again, we are on Instagram and Facebook, which we just talked about, and we are at Roundabout Pro. If you would like to check out our YouTube, Twitter, or Blue Sky, that is Roundabout Gaming. And then we also stream every week on Twitch and YouTube. The Twitch is Roundabout Pro, where once again, YouTube is Roundabout Gaming. Come hang out with us. Come talk about what you have heard on this podcast with us in real time there. If you also just want to leave a comment about what you have heard, don't comment on my asshole, please. I don't need any more comments about that. But if you want to comment on anything else that you heard about in this podcast, feel free to do that at any of those locations. I don't really have much else to end this with. Y'all want to end this better than I'm able to?
Well,
at the
I
moment?
was going to say, if you're a big soap opera fan, let us know. Tell us your favorite episode. Maybe we'll all have to go watch it and let you know what we think.
No.
Maybe that's our
Ooh, well,
supplemental.
let's
Roundabout
watch
watches a
supplemental?
soap opera.
Oh, I'm in.
Can we do a Let's Watch supplemental where we have to watch all of General Hospital?
All of it,
But
all
hold on,
15,000
wait.
episodes.
I would rather watch Vinegar
We're
at
gonna
point blank range.
We're going
We
to
would-
do it.
We would have to
At
use our 24-hour
100%
streams to keep
speed.
watching them.
No, we're just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
do it at 100% speed and see how quickly we can get through it.
So normal speed?
Yeah, like, are you saying
No,
like
times
double
100. Like
Okay,
times
times
100.
100.
Oh,
Yeah. That's different
Speed.
than 100%.
I still feel
100%
like
is
that'd be a
normal.
significant amount of time though.
Oh,
You think?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. But
30 minutes an
Okay, so
episode
we can
times
get- you think we could get-
15,000.
Now I will say
Yeah.
I just did some. I will do some plugging while I give you some maths. I just put up the replays of our 2025 Extra Life 24-hour stream, and at one point we had some technical difficulties where we were changing out a TV, and it was boring. You couldn't really hear us because we were away from the mics. So I sped it up. I sped it up by 800%, and I believe it cut it from like it basically made every 2 minutes into 5 seconds. So if you're talking 1,000% speed, I mean, it's going to speed it up a lot, but it's still going to take a lot of time.
Maybe we need to change the name to The Bold and the Clueless, and we'll have soap opera success.
I think there was already one that was similar to that, The Bold and something.
Bold and the Beautiful. Oh, that's the other one my mom watched.
Oh,
Thank
Bold
you.
and Beautiful, yeah.
Glad we could
Did you just
Yeah,
thank
get
get that
yourself?
clarity at the end.
No, I was thanking Michael for saying the bold part. That it made me realize it.
I thought you said that.
I didn't even register it when I said The Bold and the Clueless until he said there was another one named that. I thought I was creative. Turns out I was just having memories from my childhood.
But yeah, if you want to see the replays, all 24-ish hours are up there. We do cut out some of the like commercial breaks, transitions when we're going from gameplay to punishments, but it's all there. So go check it out and keep an eye out. We will be having some announcements soon regarding our 2026 campaign, especially summer stream. And then also, if you were a donor from last year, keep an eye on your email. Email should be going out very soon, if they haven't already, where you can redeem your incentives. Because every year when you donate, we create incentives. So if you donate $10, $50, or $100, we give you stuff for doing that. We just need to know from you what you want and where you want it shipped to. So keep an eye out. We have survey forms going out where you can tell us your address and what size jersey you want if you donated $50 or more and stuff like that. So please keep an eye out on your emails. That's the only way we get in contact with you. It's the only time we email you. And we just ask that you keep an eye on it and respond to it when it comes in. Even if you don't want the stuff, it just helps us to know that you don't want it. But we do not spam you. We do not email you the rest of the year. The only thing we do is ask you where you want your free stuff.
My kind of emails.
Yeah, free stuff emails. But anyway, thank you for listening. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. I say tonight. You might be listening to this in the middle of the morning. But thank you for hanging out and listening, and we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.